Hey, I'm gonna get started in a minute. Didn't really post notice for this. I didn't know when I'd have a chance to play this round, so I think I'll be able to get it in here. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I don't have comment pop-ups on, so I can hopefully pay better attention. But I'll check comments in between holes. So let's see what this bracket's looking like. Been a bit shaky this tournament. I've been sick, so I not feeling great, but we'll see what we can do here. Get it started. Hopefully we can get some live opponents so it doesn't take forever to match. Thanks for the good luck, John. It definitely hasn't been a tournament that I've been feeling very good about. Like I just haven't got a lot of drops in my round, so we'll see how this one goes. Use this directional feature. I haven't dialed it in. Directional. Not sure what you mean by directional feature, Sandman. If you explain it a bit more, I could try to expand on that or explain it some more. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a replay here. I think I saw this guy in one of my brackets close to finish, so. I'm gonna try this one with an eyeball. I haven't tried it yet using an eyeball, but thinking it might be helpful to reduce my wind on the second shot.
Great shot!
Ring great, but that should be fine. Using the arrow point for the winds. I don't use the notebook. I occasionally use this caddy thing for adjustments, but I mean, I tend to always try to adjust either up or down direct for the wind.
Perfect shot!
This shot here, I mean, it's definitely a makeable shot. Lots of people have been sinking this this shot with the Saturn. That's the approach I'm going to go with. I haven't got it at all in the weekend round. I got it a couple times in the opening round, and just haven't been able to dial it in for some reason. 7.5, max is 3.8.
Perfect shot!
Oh, wow.
Nice on!
A little bit too short on my adjustment there. Like, I was finding if you put it right into the hole, it is bouncing over, and so you have to put it a little bit short. But obviously, I went too short there. It's like a real touchy adjustment here to line it up exactly where you need it. Yeah, the headwind and tailwind adjustment, it's, you know, when you're playing with higher wind, you have to typically over adjust because the numbers play much greater, but then again, you got to account for elevation changes too when it comes to those, so that could really, you know, change the adjustment on top of having direct tailwind or headwind.
Great shot.
Hey Chris, thanks for the good luck. Saw you around there, real nice round.
Nice on.
I think I like that with the Win 5 ball there. I kind of wish I was playing that on other accounts, but to be honest, on my other accounts, I was continually hitting this shot that approached great. So even with an eyeball, if you're hitting a Saturn, great, you're not going to get this in unless you really mess up your adjustment. Just like I said, been kind of off the past couple days. I'll play shootouts very quickly. If I hit a good shot, I'll see how it goes. If not, I'll forfeit it out.
Perfect shot.
Don't have any chess right now, so we'll see if that one wins. Needed obviously a little bit more curl on that. This one as a whole, I'm not a big fan of. I just find that far too often you're getting a fringe glitch on this in T12 or, you know, in the tournament. I've hit the fringe glitch a couple times, and on one account I think I lost a stroke on this hole because I hit the fringe and the ball just flew and rolled pretty far into the rough.
Perfect shot.
This should be closer than mine. Yep.
Nice on.
Should have actually known playing a replay that it'd be probably under 3 yards and not wasted the time. Hole 2, I've been playing this Guardian 5.5 backspin. I've been all over the hole, you know, barely missing left, barely missing right, and I've holed 1. It's just, I think it's a lucky shot to get it because, you know, the adjustment is very hard to make exact because you're adjusting over the water, and then you need to figure out the exact curl with the slight difference in the wind too. Yeah, I think I checked it earlier, Chris. I think I was sitting in 8th. I mean, I didn't really have all that good of a round. I just, you know, haven't been playing that good. It was one of those rounds that I could have easily dropped a couple more. You know, I had like 4 of the par 3s that I went into slow-mo, and, you know, 2 of them I think I edged them and, you know, the ball changed direction. And then, but then again, I sunk bunker shots on 8 and 17 too, so it's like I easily could have missed those, and so I can't really complain about the round that I had with having some misses with, you know, sinking 2 bunker shots like that. And, you know, those are tough bunker shots with, I think I played Titan both times on that hole and had like 12 to 13 wind on those bunker shots. I've seen some people play this with a Win 5 Power 0 ball and a QB. I just don't think anything really plays very consistent.
Great shot.
I kind of play
Nice
some of these par 3 holes that if it's not going to play very consistent for me, I'm not going to waste a wind 5 ball. So 12 wind. It's about the position that I'm looking for right there. Slight over adjustment and pull it back a little bit.
Perfect shot.
See if we can get lucky. Nope.
Nice on.
It's a shot, like I said, I consistently been getting it either missing just left or just right. I think when you have higher winds, like 11.5 plus, you probably need a slight bit more curl. But then again, I've put more curl on it and missed to the right too, so.
Birdie.
I'll take a quick shot, and if I don't hit a good shot, I'll just forfeit it out.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, we'll forfeit this one out. Alright, so hole 3, gotta change my bag quick. This one I've been close to the albatross several times. On my main account, I actually went right over the edge of the hole. I also, on one account, had a slight headwind on this first shot and didn't make it over the bunker. So lost a stroke on one account on this hole. It's probably, I'd say, this hole is one of the most difficult holes on the course because, you know, if you do get the wind angle is just, you got to be really cognizant of if you have tailwind or if you have headwind on this first shot. If you're going to the left, if you're going to the right, then, you know, you're going to have an overpowered second shot, but it's still doable. Like I've played both ways, left and right. Right, I'd recommend a power 4 or gear ball, but it's basically a shot where if you're going right, you're gonna at best eagle the hole. If you want to have a shot at the albatross, you got to go left. So the Sandman, you're talking about the ball guide, and like you can't always aim the ball direct at the hole alone. I'll get into after this shot here. So I have basically pure side wind or maybe even a slight headwind. So I'm going to go a little over 1 topspin on here. Yeah, it looks like I might have a slight headwind.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, you see with that wind right there, I mean, even a little over one topspin, I had another 5, maybe 8 yards to go. Hey, Mr. Freeze. Hey, Sam, and so the ball guide, like, it depends on the wind. Like, this second shot, you'll see I'm going to play my ball guide left of the hole, and I'm still going to curl against the wind slightly because the ball guide doesn't account for what what happens to your ball after the first bounce. Like, you're going to obviously do your wind adjustment to get the ball to bounce where you want it to be. Like, basically you set your shot up and then adjust for the wind, and that should be where you're, out of the air that the ball lands for the first time. But after that bounce, the wind is still going to impact the ball on, between your first and second and third and so forth bounce. So you have to account for that some way in your shot, and it could either be lining up your ball guide further, outside the hole, or it could be lining your ball guide up at the hole and doing a curl against it, or it could be doing an over adjustment too. So there's a lot of different ways to play that. So I'm looking for this spot right here. So I have a slight headwind here, so I'm going to put the ball guide a little bit past the hole. And as you see, I got like the ball guide a little bit to the left of the hole here. A little bit of an over adjustment. And I still curled it against, and we'll see where this lands. I think I'm right of the hole still. Yeah, barely missed to the right. So
nice on.
I had a 12.3 wind. I was also gaining an elevation, which means my adjustment should go down a little bit. And I adjusted slightly over the 12.3 and then had it to the left of the ball guide to the left, and then curled it a little bit, but still missed right. So that kind of goes to the question you had there, Sam, man, as far as how you line the ball up. And it's just, you have to kind of figure out what works well with, what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with a little curl, and what I'll say is, like, every hole is going to play a little bit different. So, it's, in the tournaments, you can kind of figure out spots on the fairway that are a bit more consistent. So that's what I try to do. Like, in that shot, you could see that I was looking for a spot in the fairway where it seemed to consistently have a straight bounce to where I wanted to go, in case I had a little bit of slight error in my adjustment. But a lot of it comes down to luck too. Like, you can only do so much of, like, getting close to an exact adjustment and curl and everything. And, it takes a little bit of luck to get everything right, to get one of those to sink like the albatross there.
Eagle.
But I would say, like, in tournaments, what I would recommend doing is, using your qualifying and opening round to figure out, like, what you need to do. And if you could hone it in on the weekend round, then you're obviously going to be ahead of a lot of people that, potentially put yourself in a better position to have a good result.
Perfect shot.
Pretty sure I'm playing a replay again, so I'll forfeit this one out. Replay's unlikely to be more than 5 yards. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. Yeah, I'm not really sure of the feature in Notebook. Like, I saw something as far as, that it has wind direction, and it, I guess it maybe adjusts the recommended adjustment in Notebook for that. But like, I think it's very hard to, I think it's very hard to like be that exact because it's like, everyone kind of guesses a little bit at like the elevation changes and all of that. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, you'd have to, I guess, like ask the people that have built that. So I'm not sure exactly who builds it. I know Zach Jones is kind of involved in that group that has built that stuff. So I don't know. It to me, I think it's very hard to, obviously these people don't know the coding behind the game, so to actually like figure it out, they're to a certain extent guessing too. I mean, they're doing it from their experience, and they have some pretty experienced people that are building as far as experience playing the game. They're doing it from their experience to build those kind of adjustments within the app. But to a certain extent, unless you actually saw the code behind the game, like you can't really do I don't have a ball for this. I'll just do a bit more of backspin. I'm actually gonna go 3.5. I've had a bit more luck lining it up with 3.5. I think I actually went a little bit under, but I'm gonna run into time issues, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. 7.
Perfect shot. Nice on.
Well, close with that one. I kind of rushed on the adjustment there because I wasn't able to get exactly where I wanted to spin on that ball.
Birdie.
Thanks for the good luck. This was the wind direction from when this was last in the tournament.
Perfect shot. Nice on.
I was thinking that that direction of the wind was going to pull that ball further to the right, so that's why I kind of did a little bit of curl against the wind, and think I would have been pretty close without that curl. Hole 5 coming up is one that I've been so close to albatrossing
Perfect
on
shot.
so many different occasions, but I haven't been able to get it to go. Gotta put some of my kind bar on my screen. Little crumbs. No. This one I've been playing with a power 4 ball. You don't really need the extra spin that the dead ball has, so I mean I may as well save those as they're obviously slightly better than the season 1 balls. This one on my main account, I actually like both hole 5 and 14. One I missed barely behind the hole, and then the one on 14, I basically edged the front of the hole, and I was so close to sinking a couple of the shots, and just haven't had anything go on the weekend round for me. That's what I'm hoping for. I need some drops here. It's about time. Nothing's been going lately for me. But then again, I've played really well the past couple tournaments and had a lot of shots sink for me. So, it's you win some, you lose some, I guess. But maybe we'll get a couple to go this round. This account actually was one of my first accounts and had much better banners actually than my main account. And then my main account I've been playing much better than this account on.
Perfect shot.
I actually had one Masters where I really should have had a gold. I did a real stupid thing on hole 1 on this at this certain tournament, and tried to do an adjustment, then change my ball, and then I had an issue with the time, and I'll finish that in a second after I shoot the shot.
Perfect shot.
So I do a little bit extra curl there versus some people probably have seen playing the dead ball. Do about a half ball of curl, but have a little bit less side spin there. Seem to not get a bunch. 415 is okay. Would have liked to be more at 420 or 425, but yeah, on this account, I made a real stupid error on this tournament here, where on hole 1, I, did an adjustment, changed my ball, then changed the adjustment, and almost ran out of time, so kind of rushed a shot and put it in the rough and got a par on a par 3. That was the first hole, and then I ended up shooting a real good round, and that one shot was the difference between first and fourth on a really easy par 3. that would have been my first purple banner too, I think. So it was one of those that I was like really disappointed about. I've been playing this 5.5 backspin, 1.5 left spin, landing position about there, so it's a slight bit of overpower that I need from here. Seven, slight over adjustment.
Perfect shot.
It's close.
Nice on.
Just haven't been able to get that that right combo on this one. Every single shot I've been, I've been far closer than that actually. Like that one, it seems like I might have needed to adjust a little bit more, put a little bit more side spin on it, because it, to hold that, it's easier to hold it out with like a slight roll down the hill. I find if you go more at it, it ends up being a hard shot to hole, like meaning, rolling into the hole, because you end up coming at it with a decent amount of speed usually. So you either have to get lucky that it just sits in the hole, or hit the pin and get lucky that it just doesn't fly off the pin. So I think that's, that shot there with trying to roll it off the side hill is your best option, or your best opportunity for the albatross. I'll play this one. Yeah, that one was a sore one because it cost me a gold purple banner.
Perfect shot.
I'm a little bit just curious how this this plays with this one. Bit of an over adjustment there.
Perfect shot.
Too short. I may drop trophies in one account and do some streaming on T10 and 11. So that's one of the reasons I've been playing some of these. I typically play shootouts unless I'm really trying to play around quickly. But that's one of the reasons I've been playing these ones specifically, because I think they're in T11 except for hole 7. Finally got a live opponent. I think we've had all replays so far. Yeah, the streams on Masters are a good way to kind of figure out just different, how you're going to play when you do make that jump, and then certain things with club selection and so forth. If you don't have certain clubs, the streams are also kind of a good way to figure out if you're going to be at a significant disadvantage with course setup, because there's certain times that there's been courses where Playdemic set up like the wind and the hole selection where you can get by with like a Thor's Hammer 6 or even an Epoch 5, where there's been other tournaments where there's if you didn't have an Epoch 6 or 7, you had basically no chance. Well, not no chance, but you would lose. You would be at a significant disadvantage. Play this from +7. I think my wind angle is, seems to be a little bit more to the side than it's been on other times I played this. That'll play just fine. I like the spot a little bit further as far as a chip, but this shouldn't be any issue. Yeah, that next jump to Thor's Hammer 7 is a huge jump. Like, it's on one of my accounts, I had Thor's Hammer 7 really early because I had like 2 expert wins where I got a huge amount of Thor's Hammers clubs.
Eagle.
I think it was actually my first 2 expert wins on that account, and got Thor's Hammer like right away, maybe like 800 games into that account. It's a little bit of weird bounce right there.
Perfect shot. Eagle.
Chris, I like the Endbringer more than Rapier. I actually on my account that's used to be like the Road to Glory type one, I use Endbringer 5. I think I only have Rapier 7 on that, but I use the Endbringer 5 instead of that. I just don't typically, I don't typically do max topspin shots. I find that, I find often that if you do a max topspin shot that is from distance, you're going to be rolling over the hole, even if you line it up right.
Perfect shot.
A little bit too much curl there.
Nice on.
Yeah, like that's why I typically, I mean, I like Endbringer 7 over, Max Rapier, but I know some people like the rapier more. What am I doing here? Hole 7. Hole 7, I've been playing this this rock shot, and I've got it to go twice. I know a lot of people are playing a rough bump that's seems to be a bit more consistent. It's just a shot like I'm not sure how it's played and the spin, so don't really know it, or else I'd likely be playing it, since I've seen some people getting several hole-in-ones on this one. This is just, I find this hole is, if you're playing this bounce, is a lot about luck, as far as if you, if you can land in the exact right spot with the right curl. Because I've hit the fringe and gotten the 2 hole-in-ones. I bounced on the fringe and sunk it. Then I've also hit the fringe and had the fringe glitch and flew past the hole. I think I've hit the fringe, had the fringe glitch 3 times now in this tournament on this hole, and all 3 of them flew way by into the rough and sunk 2 of the 3, but we'll see how this goes.
Great shot!
That's not gonna help, except if I get really lucky. Yeah, I find I'm not sure if they took back like that needle speed adjustment a little bit when they had the original needle speed, because I seem to remember it was plus 70%. So I think I won the tournament right after, or maybe the second tournament after they did that needle speed change on my main, and with the needle speed, it's made the at least longer chipping, a much bigger thing. So like that slight accuracy difference is definitely helpful in the Endbringer.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 70% faster needle in Masters, and then they toned that down to maybe 50%. Gonna try and play this off that back hill right here.
Perfect shot.
Didn't play it high enough on the hill. I'm a little bit curious, if you play it really high on the hill, if you can get enough speed for that to go back into the hole. I don't think you can, but just curious if you could do that. Actually, I like the faster needle speed. I think it just adds a bit more challenge. The one thing that the needle speed
Great
differences did change for me, though, was like I had no interest in playing expert anymore because of the differences in needle speed.
Nice
I
on.
used to play some, you know, one or two of my accounts in expert, but you know, with the differences in needle speed, it just kind of like messes a little bit with me as far as my timing, I find. This shot I haven't been able to figure out. I know some people have, you know, got it down, but you know, for whatever reason, I just have not been able to get it consistently. Actually, haven't got it in a single weekend round. I sunk 2 bunker shots on my main account, so I ended up getting a negative 28 or 28 under, with no other drops or no other errors too, I suppose, but just haven't been able to figure it out. This I think is actually probably pretty ideal speed of your wind to play this this shot with the Berserker. Not sure what shot Jeffrey's playing here. I mean, I think he's playing the shot to do this big bounce, but the wind just I find like doesn't actually do what it appears
shot.
like it should do on this hole. I think he's way far left. Yeah, he completely missed the bounce. Like, from the looks of it, that's where you should aim. And the first time I tried this shot, that's exactly where I aimed. But, you know, it's, I find you have to aim, like, right over here and be almost, like, right on the rough.
Perfect shot.
Several people got a hole-in-one on this hole. Let's see how this one goes. This actually looks like it's got a good line. First time I hit the shot in the weekend round.
Nice on.
A little bit unlucky. I didn't get the roll back down. I mean, that might have been close. I think I was needed to be a little bit further right on the bounce to get it close, because the 2 ones that I saw that did get hole-in-ones bounced far closer to the hole than mine did. Thanks, Simon. I'm not a big fan of this hole being in a tournament because, like, I feel like it's a lot of luck with this hole because it's like,
Great shot.
you know, the bounce is so inconsistent. Like, I feel just it's a bad hole to put in. I'd rather have holes that are
Nice
difficult but consistent in the way they play. Like, hole 3 is a very difficult hole, but it's very consistent in the way it plays. So you're not going to have these, you know, crazy bounces. And I hope that doesn't. That's a scary putt, but good to get that one. Been very close on hole 9 as well to get it to go. I'm not actually going to use the dead ball, but I'm gonna use it for my adjustment. It's a trick that I do time to time is I'll pull out a different ball that's got more yardage for my adjustment, especially if you have tailwind, because you can get an idea of your ball guide line. And you're going to be adjusting back anyways to a shorter distance.
Perfect
just
shot.
fine. That's how I've been playing the shot. It's been extremely consistent for me. I've only had one where I clipped the rough on that second bounce, but it still rolled plenty to have a shot at the albatross on the rough bump. I did have one where I hit it a ring or two great left, and it rolled into the left rough, but you have tailwind on that second shot if you go a little bit left, so even with my my rough iron, I was able to easily make the green bouncing over that little patch of rough.
Perfect shot.
It's a good shot. This shot I've been playing my ball guide a little bit out to the right of the pin. And then also doing a slight under adjustment. So 7. Oh, that's not gonna help.
Great shot.
Well, almost got really lucky there. That would have been a nice one to drop if I got lucky there. It's a weird shot there because I found I've come up short with 2 bars of topspin, and like that, I went long with about 2.5. So it's like a weird adjustment. I think the exact spot in the rough you land may change the amount of roll you get. Hey Adam, round's going all right. Almost got real lucky there. That would have put me at minus 15 if I was able to get that one for the front 9.
Nice.
It's just not getting any drops on really any of my accounts on these.
Eagle.
I feel like the play that I've had, at least on this account, has been pretty good though. Like, consistently hitting the ball good. Barely missed hole 1. I mean, we were decently close on hole 2 and 4. Just require a little bit of luck to get the exact right adjustment and curl and everything. decently close, I guess, on 3 as well. 3 and 5. So just not getting the things to drop. I'll give this guy... maybe we'll get a couple on the back 9. I'm going to go again with this, using a win 5 ball here. Just setting up my bag for the next 2 holes. I'll turn the sound off, actually. I've heard that the sound can be overpowering. Yeah, the par 3s, you know, I feel like other than people who figured out the rough bump on 7, it's a lot of just luck, I feel. Like you can, it's just, they don't play consistent. I'll just set this up for my shot 2. Yeah, I mean, I've hit high O's on each of the par 3s in this tournament, but I've just haven't been able to consistently get them to drop. Like with other tournaments, I just find, you know, some of the other par 3s and, you know, some of the past tournaments have been more consistent as far as if you can have more repetitive shots that you can consistently get to drop. So, like, I've gotten the second one once, and I've been all over it many times. And then I've gotten the 4th hole several times. But I think that's just, you know, somewhat luck of the bounce. Max is 4. Play this a little bit closer to the hole. Oh, wow. That's frustrating. Both of them bare misses on 1 and 10. Yeah, I haven't played the rough bump. It seems like several people are playing that on 7, and it's just a bit more consistent. Those are real nice rounds. Needed that one there. It would have been put me in a much better position. Now I need one of these par threes or an albatross. This hole I figured out like the last tournament we had. I think I won on one account in that tournament, and I think I might have gotten another medal on another account too. But I think the wind, the way it's playing this one, they've kind of like flipped it. It was tailwind last one, but from the other direction. I think it makes it play a lot more inconsistent. Oh, wow. Well, we're not getting that one with that poor shot. No, that was close. Probably just going to forfeit out the rest. I think I have full chests, so I don't need to win any others. Let me just check that. Yep. Oops. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it. The good luck. Thanks, Austin. Appreciate it. Still haven't been able to get anything to go. See, now I have tailwind. Like, for those that saw the front nine, I had like a slight bit of headwind, so it plays significantly different with tailwind. This is a slightly stronger wind too. A little bit closer to the right than I was really hoping for there, but plays fine. See if I can get a couple to go here in the last couple holes. I think this account, or the bracket I'm in, I would have the tie break on the guy who's in first. The guy who's in second, I don't think I have a tie break on. I'm not sure about third. It's a nice shot. Not sure if this is a live opponent. Trying to find the same spot I've been shooting for. Right here. That, I think, even with a perfect, I was still way right. Although, like, the great, there's some weird spots in this fairway, so they could have put me hitting the ball great into one of the weird bounces that shot the ball further right. Well, 4 is a good opportunity to pick up a shot, so we'll see how can get that, how that hole plays for us. All right, need this one on 13. Missed this one to the left last one, but I did kind of rush on the adjustment. 10.4 is actually a good win here. I had like over 12 last time, so don't think it makes a huge difference either way, but maybe we get lucky with the drop. Ooh, that was close. Go back to the 4.5. Need this one. Let's see. I think I got it. Yes. Got one, finally. That one was big. I think I need roll eyes. Like, come on, dude. Thanks, Austin. Thanks, Karen. That was one definitely needed. See if we can get one more here. And I think the lead in this bracket is 30, and pretty sure I have the tiebreaker. Curious how close to the rough he goes here. I haven't played this from plus 24. I think he should be fine, but yeah, he had plenty of room still. Play this from plus 22. Yeah, I played that from plus 22, and it was pretty close to the rough. Like, a little bit weird. He played it from plus 24 and had plenty of room. Maybe he slightly underpowered, or I slightly overpowered, or who knows. I was slightly long the last attempt, and I had a touch of overpower, so we'll see if we can dial it in. The wind angle, if I have the same, looks to be, it looks slight headwind. See if we got this one finally dialed in. Nope, short. Had a longer drive there, but obviously that wind was maybe more headwind than I thought, but that was not a great attempt. All right. Happy I'm getting some live opponents here. Wanted to get this round in like max an hour 45 minutes, and it looks like it may be possible. Let's see. Streaming 78 minutes. Actually probably get it in like just over an hour and a half, as long as we keep matching live players. Must be playing a little bit more topspin than I've been playing this, because it's playing it quite a bit back. Yeah, I think that might have been the issue, too far back on his adjustment there. Play it from +8 here. I think this should be fine. Uh-oh, that's trouble. That's unlucky. I'm not, like, there's a weird spot in the fairway that shoots the ball down, and when the camera angle turned there, I knew I was hitting that spot. That's unlucky. Close to max here. over adjustment. I played at 17 rings for that 12 wind. I guess I needed about 16 rings. That's really unlucky. It was a perfect drive. It's just there's this weird spot in the fairway there, and that's like the third or fourth time I've hit it this in this tournament, where it just shoots the ball straight down on the bounce, and you're guaranteed to have that real tough chip. Well, that's really disappointing. That had the chance, if we got another drop, to get a gold, but now I think we're just playing for placement. I actually think if I'll check the scores after this hole, but I think even with the 29 I was in medal position, and I think 28 I don't have the tiebreaker. Then again, still got to get 17 to go, and this hole, or got opportunities with this hole obviously, and 18. I mean, they're difficult holes to gain shots on, but still got a shot. I hit great again on this shot. It's actually got a decent line. It had a decent line from the camera, but I haven't had one that's bounced up that short yet. Curious if he's playing the rough bump here. Yeah, it looks like he is. This shot obviously has worked out for a lot of people. It's just one of the shots that it seems like a shot. If you don't hit it perfect, I guess if you hit it great on the left, you're probably parring the hole. If you hit it great on the right, you may either be in the bunker or get lucky and still get on the green. But I tend not to like to play these types of shots where, even though I find like I'm pretty consistent on hitting perfect, but I don't like to play these shots where it's like that type of hit perfect and you have a shot at a hole-in-one, or hit if you don't hit perfect, you're maybe losing a stroke. I mean, I'll play one of those shots if I find it so consistent where if I hit perfect, it's it's a over 50% chance at getting the hole-in-one, but it doesn't seem like that. This one is that consistent. A bit deflated on that shot on 15. Thought this was definitely heading for a medal. Let's see. 28. Yeah, I don't have the tiebreaker there. I don't have the tiebreaker here either. So it was 30 for the win on this one, or 29 for third place. 17. Well, anyway, I mean, it's still been a decent round. Like, if was really close on 1 and 10, and either of those two going would have put me in a much better position. We'll see how we finished out, though. I would have liked a little bit less wind, but I'll slightly underpower this. Wanted a little bit more left. It's a slight underpower because it's a bigger wind. This looks good. No, missed the bounce. This has just been a bad hole for me on every single account. Like, I hit it on hole 8 and got the bounce and got it on the green, but I don't like this hole at all in tournaments. Like I said, I think on the front 9, where it's just there's so much luck in this hole. I don't like a hole like this in a tournament setup. I think he's too long. No, he's fine. See if I got the adjustments. Oh, wow. That's been the story on that hole for me. Like, going out of that bunker, I've hit the ball perfect 5 times and only sunk 2 of them. Pretty sure it's a replay, but... Well, let's see. Where does a 27 put me? 27 will put me in a top 10, and I think there's enough... yeah, I mean... I think pretty much guaranteed top 10 on this one. At a 27. Well, we'll finish this one up. This tournament obviously wasn't one of the tournaments I had dialed in. Past couple I've had dialed in pretty well. Like last tournament I got a gold and a silver and I think another top 10. The one before I got 2 golds and a bronze. So I mean I've been on a real good run in a lot of tournaments. I think I've medaled on accounts in the last 4 tournaments or so, maybe 5. I think actually last 4 in Masters. So, I've been on a real good run. So it was probably due for a week where I struggled a bit more. I feel like I played good on some accounts, just didn't get things to drop. I think the holes in this one, like the par 3s, just for me, I didn't find them playing very consistently where I was able to, consistently get them to drop. I struggled a lot with hole 8 or 17, which just missed there. On my main, I put both shots into the bunker, but sunk both of them. Then, I wouldn't say I struggled with hole 6, but I think I got unlucky on several attempts of that. Like on in the weekend round, 2 different accounts, I hit that spot in the fairway. Actually, 3 different accounts, I hit the spot in the fairway where it shoots that ball down into the rough. And one of the accounts, no, actually it was only 2. One of the accounts, I was able to sink that chip. And obviously this account, I was not able to sink that chip. But, then again, like, unless I sink this albatross here on this hole, it was not going to put me in a medal spot anyway, so it's not, it wasn't the shot that, broke a medal, per se, or prevented me from getting a medal. Well, this should be at least a 27 guaranteed, unless I do something really poor here. But maybe we'll finally get this one to drop. On my main account on 18, I put this right on the edge of the cup too, and there were that account I had a 28 under, and it was just one of those rounds where if I had so many that went into the slow-mo cam and just were on the edge of the cup, and none of them fell. So, one of those rounds that could have easily been much, much better. But then again, it's like, I can't complain because I sunk those 2 bunker shots on 8 and 17 in that round. And, I've been playing really good in a lot of the past tournaments too. So it's, you can't get them all to drop, obviously, so. Go a little bit less topspin on this now. Oh, missed that one left. It's this one's a tough adjustment. I was playing it my ball guide out to the right a bit more, probably an extra box than I played there, and then also slightly under adjusting too. And it seems like it's just another hole. Like I didn't have it dialed in where it was a consistent opportunity to gain a stroke. I think some people had it figured out pretty well. wasn't like one of those shots where, you know, people were dropping it often, but people probably got it close often where it was a shot to get it to drop. So 27 under on this account. A little bit disappointed still on that shot on 15, and you know, but then again, you know, we missed 17 here, so it wasn't going to put me in a medal position, and really it's I thought so I mean, if I hit a 28, it was going to put me in fourth. I needed the 29 to be in third, and a 30 would have put me in the gold medal position, but I think this is going to be in top 10, and you know, overall decent round. You know, I had a 13, 27, 27, and pretty similar scorecard here, you know, with all the rounds. Didn't really get many to drop. Got hole 4 on the back 9, missed hole 6 on the back 9, and then missed hole 8 on the back 9. So it, you know, I feel I played decently, hit most of my shots perfect. So I can't really complain. Just didn't have it dialed in. So just check the chat here in case there's anything. But appreciate people tuning in. Hit the like or subscribe, please, if you enjoy the content. We'll probably do a couple 2 or 12 ones while I play some in the next week, and you know, we'll see everyone then. Best of luck in the tournament. Hope people played well.